elven form of Blue Eyes as he approaches you from his very melted-looking throne room. His throne is gone, by the way. The wood and metal having apparently been unable to survive whatever he did to it. And yeah, he floats his way over to the former incarnated Sword of Wrath and grabs hold of the sword still in its melted hand and pulls it out, and the melted iron crumbles almost like it's not iron. It's so brittle and crumbly. It's almost just like graphite. It just collapses into blackened crap slag that crumples to the floor, which he just casually wipes off the anything clinging to the blade as he carries it over to you. Apparently fairly unconcerned with the molten nature of his floor. As he
You and
strolls out
you
of
being.
the chamber and the doors shut behind him,
Mhm.
he looks upon all of you and goes, I think I owe you a second debt at this point.
What?
Oh boy. 1 second.
I can't hear
Let
you. There's
me-
just this ringing.
The buyer begins to lifts Sada and shakes her. This will help. This
I
is
don't
how you
think it will
cure.
help.
Ever
I'm not-
dignified.
Sorry, apologies. She
Great
is.
leader.
She's a competent leader when it counts.
I'm aware it's. Oh, the thunder. I suppose it would have been loud to you.
Yes.
It's at this point that you hear a door open in the hall behind you, and a head sort of like pops through it, looking around it to see what's going on. It's actually not someone that you knew was here, but someone that you've seen before. The black and red Dottore mask of the expert
Nieve!
that you met.
Hey, it's that guy.
Dottore Nieve looks out from behind the door. I heard a noise.
What?
Everything all right?
I can't hear you.
It's at this point that Pascal kind of like collapses a bit. And obviously Sada yells, I can't hear you at him. And he observes that, evidently not. One moment, please. He goes back inside and moments later comes out with holding a black bag that he walks over to you and very quickly. You appear to have many of you suffered injuries, yes?
Yeah.
Let me attend to the oral issue here because
What?
I can see that becoming annoying very
What?
quickly.
Yes.
Thank you.
He roots around in his bag, shifting through a couple of files, takes out an empty one, shoves a couple of reagents in, pours in some water, corks it, shakes it around for a bit, And once the solution has emulsified into a sort of pinkish glowing liquid, he uncorks it and hands it to Sada and makes a drinking motion.
Oh, I drink it.
All right, your deafness is cured.
Ah, there we go. Everything isn't ringing anymore.
Yes, that is because you're no longer deafened.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That's why I
That
couldn't
buyer
hear
lifts
anybody.
Sada. That buyer lifts Sada and shakes her about.
Ah!
That is not that it was necessary in the first place, but that is no longer necessary.
Oh. Yeah, I just did it because she ran out and almost killed herself on the battlefield.
Oh, well, then that makes more sense. After he does the same for Thurman, he looks around at the rest of you and goes, "Is there any other need for attention?"
I pointed at Pascal. Him? He's on the ground?
Mm, yes. I wouldn't want to step on your toes, Lady of Crypta, of course, if you are inclined to perform the healing for your own party members, I will gladly step aside. But I could help this man if he were so inclined.
Go for it.
Okay.
Double finger guns.
Yep.
Ouch, just staring like with intensity, I imagine, like what you're our family. The fuck?
As you wish. Nieve then walks over, and with
Asai has had a time.
Hmm?
Asai has had a time as well.
With extremely dexterous, thin fingers, he sort of moves Pascal's head out of the way and peers between his chest and his breastplate, actually making actually sucking in his breath momentarily before making a noise. And he takes out a syringe from his bag, and with a bright red solution, he just sort of injects it into
Ugh.
Pascal, who immediately flinches, but then suddenly a wave of relief just passes over his face as the heal potion takes effect, curing his injury. I have an anti-scarring ointment that you may be interested in, Senor Fatazo. If you are so inclined, I believe you will likely have some severe issues upon your chest. There appears to be some sort of conflagration. A fireball, perhaps, or
Mm-hmm.
yes. His flesh had the lipids in his just beneath his skin and in the skin itself had melted and adhered partially to his breastplate.
Oh.
Ugh.
Ow.
So if it is good that that you came to see me first before trying to remove it. You can remove it now. It will need some cleaning,
I bet.
I think. It appears that it is also a rather large amount of sort of looks and it's a sludge. I think it's burnt blood, or some. Anyway, I want the. Yes, I would recommend you give this to a professional cleaner, and perhaps blacksmith to prepare the rent. Is there anyone else that? And with this, Dottore Nieve sort of just putters about the room, going between each of you, including Blue Eyes, who still has that gash across one of his cheeks. Nieve heals that quite easily, and Blue Eyes himself takes out a tincture that just wipes a finger across it. It's as if it was
Um,
never there.
so have I would have landed by this point. Yeah, I
Uh,
imagine.
yeah. Well, actually, you tell me what you do because you did your thing outside. And then you did see Blue Eyes go back in,
Hmm.
and yeah, it's not clear if he ever actually noticed you. Um,
Okay.
and yeah, but the roof is still open in the tower, so he never actually closed it afterwards.
Um, Actually, I would just I'd take a quick note down in my little journal of what I did seen. Because
Hmm.
that's good for research purposes. And then yeah, no, I'm gonna go back to the land down in, and I'm actually gonna ask him straight out like were you able to avoid the city very much? I say that to Blue Eyes.
Blue Eyes looks at you with narrowed eyes, and then realizes, you must have been out there.
Yes. Uh,
Clearly.
I you the what you said about being alive for a long time. Yeah, you weren't kidding. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. Um,
He smiles, the most slight smile,
mhm.
and narrows his eyes at you before going. It's information that perhaps you do well not to disseminate widely,
I would never, not when you've been a benefactor.
although I suppose certain cats are out of certain bags at this point.
I mean, I would suppose around this town for sure.
Mm.
Um, well, I'm glad you're okay. I'm not. I have no business judging anything based on what its claims were. All I know is that you've been good to us.
I thank you for your considerate nature, then, and for not immediately um, aligning yourself with the weapon. It is a
It
single-minded thing.
Yes, I'm familiar with what it is, and that's something that regardless of your past, that's a bigger risk. In the wrong
It
hands or if it left to its own devices, could we could have another desert.
it may uh, interest you to know that it's no longer so single-minded.
Oh,
Oh?
It's no longer so any-minded. And he looks at it, turning the blade. And you note that the blade had remained its large broadsword like shape when he first grabbed it, but has since morphed. It's now more of a scepter-like mace in his hand.
huh. So it changes its form based on its wielder.
Yes,
That
so
makes sense.
fairly. It's not an uncommon trait of these sorts of ancient weapons.
Right.
It is blue now.
Yes. Moreover, it's stunned. The
For how long?
weapons That's a good question. If I had to guess, it would have to be reawoken. Someone of incredible mental durability and magical strength would have to endeavor to reawaken its previous purpose. And therefore, I think it's best in your hands. And he hands it back to Akia.
Oh. Um. Huh. I appreciate it. Thank you. Uh.
Its
Sorry.
properties may have changed in the meantime. It's nothing to apologize for, although I am curious now as to how exactly you came by it.
Uh. I hope you believe me, because what I'm about to tell you, I don't mean to be. Please don't consider what I'm about to tell you to be me making light of the situation. Because every time
Child, I have lived for thousands of years. There is
All
nothing you
right.
can say that could surprise me.
All right. So I was just minding my own business, sitting in a wagon.
A carriage?
Yeah.
I was saying in a carriage when suddenly I was teleported into a void where there was simply what I remember to be what I was Urab still like a
It was
gem-eyed
a gnome
gnome?
with diamond eyes.
Okay, just want to make sure he hasn't changed. Where there was a gnome with gems for eyes who quickly insisted that I pick between three prizes: a sword, a belt, and boots. And well, I was flabbergasted, but I picked the sword, and then I came back to the carriage, in which somehow I've always had the sword on me, according to any time I've ever engaged in the conversation
Yeah,
with
he's always at the
anybody.
sword.
Yeah, like that.
This sounds made up.
And yeah, and that's how I came across the sword. And then later, down the road, it it started doing what eventually led up to all this. And
That makes sense. And if he gave it to you, yes, it's likely best off in your hands.
just happy you
Point of
believe
fact, I
me.
rather imagine that this is exactly what he planned on happening.
Uh, well, I'm just happy you believe me. I kind of just accepted I went insane at some point.
No, you didn't.
Who?
And you'd have not always held that blade, if what you're saying is correct.
Yeah.
The rest of you likely think that he what did, but you've been convinced to by someone very good at messing with time.
Hmm.
Hopefully, you will never learn. And if you endeavor to find out more about him, you may draw his attention, which I would not
Okay.
recommend.
Okay. Sounds like
Right.
a good idea to not learn about him.
Yeah, I'm gonna believe that because what we've seen of the sword and everything, like it wasn't a believable story before, and now it definitely is.
Hmm. Anyway, you've all done me a great service by extending my lifespan however much you have, by allowing it to not end today. I have already granted you something for the return of my former paramour's last effects, I feel I owe you for this as well. If you would kindly follow me.
Sure.
Okay.
Sada shrugs. Wait, why are you here? She looks at the Dotoria.
Hmm?
Why are you here?
Nieve looks at Blue Eyes, who just shrugs and I have been an associate of uh, Blue Eyes for some time.
Oh, okay.
And also his personal tutor.
Okay.
Everyone should have a checkup once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Can
Odd,
I
Sada.
stealthily sending Locale and ask what he saw?
I wouldn't be able to respond.
Sending, no. Sending is a is
Forbidden
a
spell.
well, no, it's a 10-minute long casting time.
Okay.
So it's a ritual, and it's pretty obvious that you're doing it. There
Okay.
is the message spell, which is like mini sending.
Ooh.
That's
It's like a cantrip.
that has a limited range, and you have to be looking at the person you're doing it to, but you can do that much more surreptitiously.
Oh yeah.
I
She's-
did not see the 10-minute
Alas.
casting time. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Lots of people miss that.
Alas, messages only for bards, sidekicks, sorcerers, wizards, summoners, and witches.
And
Ah.
mailmen.
And I'm
Mail
sure
it,
it's in. Is it not in one or two cleric domains?
Oh, maybe it is. I don't know. I was just looking at the spell list and what levels it was listed under
Mm.
for classes.
But yeah, so sending won't work. But you could like go over to him and whisper. That could always work.
Okay.
But that's not magical enough.
It's not. And Blue Eyes probably has real good ears, but you know what?
You know he
Pointed
has a very
looks
good
will
sense of
suffice.
smell, at least.
What?
He leads you to another pair of double doors. And with a gesture, they open into a room filled with just all manner of random crap. Basically, it's it's a fair sized chamber, basically as large as the other living chambers you've been in. Just basically strewn with, you think, kind of organized. Just all different random things, racks of potions. As you move in, you realize that, oh no, this is actually pretty well ordered. It's just that the total, the extreme eclectic nature of this collection just makes it seem like it's just all over the place. But there are weapons, armors, racks of potions, books, scrolls, all entire shelves of different strange things, um, uh, runes. You see actually a whole shelf that looks like it's been devoted under glass. You can see runic twistings of metal that, given its sort of orangey gold coloration, you recognize it as orichalcum.
Oh, geez. Hey, I have some of that.
And yeah, this is my, well, it's one of my hoard rooms of items that I have accrued over time that don't have any greater part in my collection, and I have no real issue with parting with. So if you like, each of you may pick for yourselves a something and use it in good health, I suppose.
I'll take this AK-47.
Ah, yes.
Heck
Yes.
yeah.
I'll take this tactical nuke sword,
You
already
already
have
have
that.
that.
Yeah.
akimbo style, is in, baby.
Um,
God damn it. So yeah, what do we got here?
loads of different things. Sada, if you want to roll first,
Sure.
what do you want? Is there anything you want to check out? There are weapons here, just whole different sorts of items, potions.
I'll check out the weapons.
Okay. There's also that cabinet of the weird orichalcum shaped
Oh,
things.
okay. I'll check that out first then. I'm curious
Okay.
about that. Yeah.
Looking through it, these appear to be different runic or runes forged out of orichalcum. Yes, that's actually the most recent add to my collection. A dwarven smith, apparently after a few decades of plumbing outer realms and slaying outsiders, forged these into the weapons and armor of his compatriots in an effort to slay me after having discovered my draconic nature. Needless to say, they failed, but
Yes.
the items themselves are still quite potent. I believe they can be easily transcribed onto new weapons or armor.
Ah, okay.
Um,
I have an Orichalcum Wakazashi. I show him it. Check it.
very
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. I got that from when we were in the Royal Polonius.
Ah,
Yeah. We killed a bunch of succubuses there. Long
right.
story.
You just.
Sounds thrilling.
Yeah.
I've never. Well, that's not true. I have traveled to other planes at times, but I've never been to the Verdant Groves. I've heard that they're very inviting.
Maybe too inviting.
I almost died to a buffet of talking chickens that were
It was the
currently.
short trip and nothing interesting happened. Let's move
Yeah.
along.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Let me check this stuff out.
All right,
Of course, by all means.
I really want to eat some chicken right now.
So, you see that there's about 9 different runes here.
Nice.
Not being a rune master though, you're not really sure what they do.
Hmm. Hey, look, Kale, you know magic, right?
One might say. I dabble.
Can you decipher these mystical runes?
I say, leaning over to look at it as I slowly open up my sheet to
Do you
navigate the
speak
spellcraft.
do you speak Dwarven?
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
I
How
have a
does?
lot of languages.
Yep.
I
Then
speak Vivanese, Ardanian, Dwarvish, Hadanese, Tian,
I
trade
know,
speech,
I'm
and
looking
insight.
at it.
And that was just the ones I could think of. I still have more.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you can successfully identify one of these runes. Roll a d9.
It's 2.
Oh, that's a neat one. You figure out that what one of these runes does. In Dwarven, written into the rune itself, or rather, the rune itself. It's a rune of It's actually a little bit of off-putting. It's the dwarven rune for mosquito and also vampire.
No.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Basically the same
Sounds
exact
neat.
thing.
Reading the rune, or reading the rune's magical aura that's been wrought into the auric alchemy, you discern that the purpose of this rune, that this rune would grant a weapon a middling sort of chance to heal the wielder upon striking an enemy.
Interesting.
Actually, with your roll, yeah, I'll just give you the literal mechanics. It would be a 25% chance upon striking an enemy to heal the wielder for half of the damage dealt.
Okay.
Oh my
Only.
god.
Oh,
What kind
one
of
second. Be
item
right
is
back.
that?
It's a rune. It can
What
be
is-
applied to a weapon.
Oh.
We give it to Pow and she can never die.
That's what I was thinking, but I don't have a weapon. I just
You
have my
turn it into
feels.
your fist.
All right.
Yeah.
I tattoo it on my body,
I
and
mean,
Alright.
then I never die ever.
I mean, an amulet of mighty fist is how you enchant your fists.
That's true.
Oh. Oh.
That's the whole like crux behind your character, really.
Oh, I was gonna cut your hands
Amulet.
off and we could put like
Kind of
two
makes
times.
kind of what makes you work.
kind of, yeah.
So it
Yeah,
isn't just
that
directly
was a
the.
weapon. It kind of is.
It isn't just directly the vampiric rune then.
No,
No. Okay.
no, it is a rune of vampirism. It is not the vampiric item rule.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Oh well.
Hit.
It's gonna cut
What?
those hands off and replace them with like forks and stuff.
So
That would
okay.
work.
What about the other ones? Let's see.
You'll never know.
We'll never know.
No.
The thing is, you could also potentially put it on an armor,
Ah.
which might have a similar but different effect.
Hmm.
Which is to say that it would heal you when you get hit.
Ah.
Oh.
You want to try discerning a different one, Lookout?
Yes.
I'll discern all of them. How many are there? There are 9?
There are 9.
8 left.
Okay.
Okay. With the 44, yeah, let's just say you go through each of these different runes, and yeah, you're able to discern what each of them do. And as you're doing this, Blue Eyes just sort of goes, I'll leave you all to this. I have some unfinished business to attend to.
Oh.
And he
Sounds
backs
fun.
out of the room and lets the doors close.
Ha! That wasn't ominous at all.
Nope.
So
I mean,
did
he's a business guy. What do we expect?
he's probably gonna track down his name written down?
Hey, well, Kel, what'd you see outside?
Endu.
I don't know if I can tell you guys.
Oh.
What,
Sure.
is it incomprehensible? The whole town probably saw it.
I mean, I guess that's true. I mean, actually, yeah, almost certainly. I would ask that you don't say this to anyone else because I was also requested for secrecy for good reason. Because if people knew about this, the Blue Eyes would be hunted kind of relentlessly, and
Sada, did you hear that?
regardless, huh?
I was
Sorry,
paying
just-
attention. I was looking at
No,
these
Sada,
runes.
please. Sada, please. Please
That
listen to
buyer-
this part.
That buyer picks up Sada and starts shaking her.
I'm
This is my job now.
Look,
Sorry, everybody.
Secrecy.
also just doing my booster appointment there quick.
Nice, good. So Blue Eyes, when he showed us his dragon form previously, that was not his dragon form. It's almost like he cast like a form of the dragon spell, much like I could, to make himself appear as a elder worm.
What?
Oh,
Is he bigger?
Much.
Ah,
Is okay. Go. Yeah.
He towered over the city.
oh,
See.
that's big.
Like a real end of days kind of creature. Just
It's-
unimaginable is what you're saying. Just enormous, immense.
If there were such a thing as a god of dragons, he would be the closest earthly thing or Logosy thing to it.
Is there not one? That's cool.
There is actually a goddess rather of dragons.
Ray. Bar
Tell me,
name.
tell me, but wait, I want to roll. I want to roll the dragon so I could be like, well, actually, there is a dragon.
Okay, if the goddess of dragons had manifest on Earth or on Logos, that would
I also
be.
want to find out about the goddess of dragons.
Yeah,
One
she sounds
second.
really cool.
The goddess of
He would-
dragons is Vudovast,
Yeah,
the
pretty easy.
goddess of
Oh.
beasts and monsters.
Oh, dragons count?
Well, yeah. While her her
Mhm.
celestial or really demonic servants often appear as horrifying amalgamations of different creatures. She herself is what she perceives as the ultimate perfection and perfect expression of power and bestial might. She is a plane-sized dragon.
Nice.
If you were on her plane, you are on her, and you will not be able to really comprehend where you are because you'd be like, well, apparently I'm standing on one of her arms, but it just looks like I'm standing in a big open flatland that occasionally has like a cliffside that I guess is actually the edge of one of her scales.
That's cool.
So Blue Eyes is not quite her size.
But he's
But
city sized.
Blue Eyes would not be city sized for for a modern city.
He's more like a city district size, which is still extremely big.
Yes.
New Jersey size. He's not a New Yorker. Like, you know what it is. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What I well, actually, locale. This is yours to describe, so I'm not going to intrude further.
Basically, it's good that you guys were not in the room because what he did was drop a bolt of lightning that subsumed the entire building nearly.
Holy shit.
Okay. Well,
Damn.
so what is he then?
He's a dragon. He
Do
is
they
a
get that big?
No. He is an unimaginably ancient dragon.
Okay.
And
Yep.
he's like he's one of the earliest dragons. The rules for them are different.
Oh, just dawn of the world kind of stuff. Okay. Great.
Cool.
How many of these dragons are there?
He
I don't
might
think
be
I
the
think
only
I
one
think he's the
left.
other one left, yeah. From what he said.
Yeah.
That's probably good. Wait, if he's so cataclysmically huge, why doesn't he just rule everything?
I
Because
don't think he wants to.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's not
A lot
that
of
evil.
respect.
Also, yeah, it'd probably be a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Ruling
Yeah.
a country is a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the world?
Nope. Don't want to think about it.
So yeah, I think he is not a. I think if anything, you should treat him as an asset, just not one you want to try to exploit. Rather coexist.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Cool. Let's get some of this treasure, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
So
among
it sucks to be Bendu.
Yes, I
Damn,
don't
yeah.
want to be
Oh,
anywhere
no.
near Bendu.
Oh wow. Yeah. Oh.
you got a rune. Some of these runes are just sort of normal magic item effects. You got a rune of lightning, which will
Nice.
give a.
Oh, is somebody writing these down?
Oh nope.
Sorry.
I mean, I have them written down, but if you want to commit them to memory, I don't mind. Rune of lightning, a rune of ghost touch, a rune of fire, a rune of ice, and a rune of speed.
Mm.
The rune of speed.
Oh, the speed
Well,
one.
it's a rune of speed.
That is like the speed magic weapon.
There's an acid burst rune,
Cool.
and a glorious rune,
Oh?
What's that?
and it's a rune that has the glorious weapon effect.
Ah,
When you
okay.
draw it, it casts the sunlight spell
Cool.
on.
Oh yeah.
I want that.
Ulfric's sword had glorious.
And last but not least, Locale, you're a little surprised and a little confused. You have to read this a couple of times because you just want to make sure. But the last rune is the dwarven rune for um, honey
What?
and
Huh.
bees.
Oh hell yeah!
Vampire
You
wants
also
that.
need.
The bee sword.
Me?
Need, huh? Okay, then Akio wants that.
What's it do?
that mean?
And after unraveling its spell in your mind, you determine that, oh, this is a conjuration rune. This is very interesting. It is a rune of bees. Insofar as once per day, it will summon a swarm of bees.
Cool.
Can they talk?
No, they're bees.
Oh, that sucks.
As you just sort of meander around the space, identifying things, beyond these runes, there are you can find a number of weapons on weapon racks. You find a guiding arrow, which is an arrow that, if tossed up in the air, will always point north when it lands. You find a club that has been enchanted with an effect that drains strength from those it hits. There is a weapon that you would call a sword catcher dagger. It's a parrying dagger. You guessed it's Vivanese or Jasalan. That has been additionally enchanted to be exceptionally effective at disarming your foe.
That's pretty cool.
There is something called a paralyzing hatchet.
Well, I mean, if you use any hatchet, could be one of those.
The paralyzing hatchet will allows you to paralyze your opponent once per day. They get a saving throw, but and there's one that you actually miss at first. You actually have to read its aura before you spot it, because it's where it was positioned. It was actually blocked from the light slightly, and it merged directly into the shadows it was within. It is a katana
Oh,
that looks to be forged entirely out of shadows.
Oh
holy shit!
shit.
So once you take it and bring it into the light, it suddenly becomes visible and solid, though a grayish black, its entire length uniform. and clearly not a metal. But it is, once you move it back into the shadows again, it disappears entirely. Magically, it is effectively it's a brilliant energy katana. But it is invisible in low light, and it deals negative energy damage instead of slashing.
Spicy.
Cool.
Katana and Shadow Katana become Pontiff Sylvain Sara. Two
How,
swords, do it!
how heavy is it?
It's brilliant energy weapon. So it's essentially weightless.
Okay.
And then there's a blade that has, well, it looks like it has teeth.
Teeth, sword, teeth, sword.
Thief.
It's strange. You're reading it, and as you read it, it becomes clear. Oh, there's an intelligence in this thing,
Oh,
and
no.
it's not a benign one. This sword has
Oh,
something
there's one
bound
for
to
you.
it.
We're gonna put that one away.
Oh, cool chainsaw sword.
You read it. There's a succubus in it, but
You're winning me over here.
judging by the sword itself, this sword predates Polonius. So this would have to be one of the servants of Faziol that may have simply been adopted by Polonius as its new patron, considering that it is a outside entity on Logos and thus can be useful, even though it is quite bound to the sword. This blade has a ravenousness to it. You think it has some similar properties to the Rune of Vampirism, however. A blade, just more reliable. A blade that will pretty much always heal its wielder.
Wait, I actually now want it.
Don't.
However,
It's-
it is definitely
Hey, look,
possessed by
he lost one evil
spirit of
sword today. You might as well get a new evil sword.
Yeah.
You don't need two swords that can take your mind over. What happens
No,
if they get in an argument?
Well, here's the thing. Now that if all angry elf comes back, he's gonna be like, "Oh, hey," and I can be like, "Hey, guess what, buddy? I'm your wingman. I got you a girlfriend. Here, you meet each other. Her name's Tiffany. Like,
And then the swords kiss.
Yeah.
you're gonna walk in on Hakim.
Hmm.
This sword is essentially possessed by a spirit of gluttony. So, just take that under advisement.
Maybe the sword of wrath is into that.
Oh man, I'll do a stupid thing and have like a sword named after
Hello,
every deadly
cat.
sin. Hello. What?
Come here.
What?
Is that a
You
squeak?
also
Is that a cat?
find some interesting
Wait, you can hear
items.
her squeaking?
I heard a tiny squeak. Was that a cat? That's so cute.
Yeah.
He's like a toy.
Come,
Yeah,
speak to Rita, Boozle.
What was that
Wonderful!
sound?
Sorry, that's amazing.
You have a key ring with 17 keys on it. It is a 17 key ring.
There's 17 keys on it.
It'll open 17 locks.
Hell yeah.
Oh, just any 17 locks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Interesting.
Each time you use a key, it'll match that lock forever. So you can keep reusing the same key, but it will never. It can't be used to open other locks at that point. And you can basically set the 17 key ring to 17 different locks, mundane locks. Magic locks will give it the what for. Try to get in my lock. Jerk, I've enchanted it.
So yeah, Sal. How would the shadow katana be affected by two open fighting? That was my main thing I was wondering.
What?
Whether or not it counts as a light weapon.
Yes.
So the katana, it's 1,000 gold difference essentially to get a ribbon. So yeah, it can count as a light weapon
Oh hell yeah.
since it's essentially weightless.
Okay. Then Yeah, I think I'll take the shadow katana because it's very cool.
Oh, cool.
I wanted the speed thing, but the shadow katana is too cool to pass up. So
Um,
Fucking weeb.
yeah, we're in the fucking Weeb campaign.
you find a pitcher that is
Oh.
shaped like a cat that only pours cream.
Oh?
What?
Pretty
Um,
good.
you have a torque, a golden torque, hand wrought. So it looks like it's not entirely like perfect. So but it's uh, so it almost looks a little brutish in its fashioning. But it's definitely very very solid and very heavy. You think the torque itself might actually be solid gold, considering how heavy it is. Uh, it's shaped like a pair of arms with a pair of fists facing at the ends of the torque. Um, and the arms are protruding out of a mountain at the back.
What the heck?
You find some writing on the bottom. Uh, do you speak? You do not speak Orcish.
Nope.
No. So it is writing you
I
do not
have the ring of understandy things.
Right. So Asai can speak everything. Asai, you read in an Orcish script the word Kralm.
What does that mean?
Where is the wizard who killed my mother?
You can make a religion check.
Okay. Excuse me, cat.
No.
All right, easy enough. Kralm is one of the Triarchate gods, the creator god of matter, the chaotic good god that created the orcs, melded the elemental planes to create all that was physical. It was also the god of the natural world and of strength, uh, generally depicted as a gigantically buff guy made out of mountains and with a big fiery beard and oceans for hair and surrounded by clothing made of clouds. Um, this is apparently a torque devoted to him. Uh, it's
Sorry, what's a torque?
It's like
a
a single piece necklace.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Solid necklacey thing.
Sorry, I was going to different places every time you said torque, and I'm like, why is there a car in here? Anyways,
It's spelled Torc if you want to look it up.
yeah.
This torque of Kralm, you're trying to read its aura, but you can get that it's magical, and you think, you're going through. You can see this magical aura, and what's been wrapped through this item is a lot of stuff. Someone went really into this artifact. And in fact, you begin to realize that this is not just some regular run-of-the-mill magic item. This is actually a powerful artifact of a god. There's just one problem. Kral no longer exists.
Hmm.
He dispersed his powers into the champion gods, and this torque seems dormant or disempowered.
Inert.
You're not sure if you could correct that, but right now it is just an extremely large lump of gold, which is valuable in its own right. So, you also find uh, a couple of interesting books. There are a lot of interesting books in here, but you find two that are particularly magical. One appears to be a perhaps companion item to the Ravenous Blade over there. It's called the Seven Triumphs of Sin.
Hmm.
This would be a pretty advanced knowledge religion check if anyone wants to try and identify it. Or you can just crack it open and give it a read.
No.
I crack it open and give it a read.
No, don't crack open any mystical, magical
I'm on my
tomes.
third
Asai,
character.
you're not familiar with this book.
Oh, what?
Probably for the best.
Alina, you're not familiar with this
No.
book either.
Akio.
Akio, if you have knowledge religion, I'll be surprised.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
there is a third person who has knowledge religion.
Beppa.
Yeah.
Is it Sonata? Because I thought Sonata
Oh.
wasn't in the fight, and I thought he was like babysitting Marco.
Oh.
Probably.
Yeah, well, hey, guess
Yeah.
what, Styles? You were right.
Yeah, I know.
I have a 1. Should I
Yeah.
just roll?
Wow, we all rolled really bad.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna. I don't think I'm trained in it. Nope.
Pascal.
Oh.
I have to
he's
put
a
a
character.
He's a
I have to put a
learned
skill
boy.
somewhere.
He's highly educated.
He got really into religion when he went over with you guys. His expertise
Shuts
is
up
more
about-
in the Faith of Atanket, but he can recognize this as, oh, I've read about this somewhere. That's that's a holy book from Faziol's religion. The faith of Faziol. You know, Faziol.
Who?
Faziol?
Freddy
Oops.
Fazio?
No.
Freddy Faziol's Pizza?
No.
Okay.
No, Faziol, the god of desire that got killed by the champions during the sack of Logos. He fell on the imperial palace at Domitium. Polonius
Oh,
ate
God.
him and
Polonius
became
ate
a
him.
god.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's why there's a bunch of
Wait,
cannibals. so they said
Polonius became a god by eating a god?
Yes.
Yeah.
Polonius was pretty exceptional at eating.
That's why he's like the god of
was-
eating.
he was hungry.
Basically.
Amazing.
It was it was the metal campaign back in the day. That's just the album cover in the making. Cannibalize a god to become a god. It's my favorite. Whatever. This is going nowhere.
Sal's, you said the Shadow Katana does negative damage instead of slashing.
Negative energy damage. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Become
There-
my bad vibes, buddy.
There is a book that has a running man on it.
Oh yeah.
And it in written beneath it in sort of big block lettering, also in Dwarven are the words gainful exercise.
I say
Pascal-
that, and Pascal immediately like rips it out of my hands.
Yeah.
And there's two little items that are left. One isn't necessarily super magical, and rather you're not actually sure if it's one of the items for the room. But as you're examining things, a little piece of gelatin squeezes out from behind one of the things you're examining and just continues moving along the shelf that you're looking at, picking up dust and leaving a trail behind that you first think is slime, but upon closer inspection is actually just very quickly evaporating soapy water.
I love him. I pick him up, and I tell him he's going to be my new son.
It squeaks at you.
Wait a minute. Well, Kale does this too? Oh, jeez.
You have found a cleaning cube.
I'm gonna eat it.
Hey, that's
No.
Blue Eyes' cleaning cube. You just can't.
That's a
take
Roomba. Yeah, you can't take Blue Eyes'
You
Roomba.
It.
What
You
are
just can't
doing?
take somebody's Roomba.
I mean, I assume he can get another.
He said we could take anything in this room, and
True.
QB is in this room.
Yeah.
It's true.
It has actually already swidged out from between your fingers and is currently starting to clean where you got crap on you from the battle.
I let him do his thing. You know what? He's a hard working man.
You just get the sense that it's thrilled to be cleaning.
It's gonna be great.
And one last thing,
Huh?
you find a disc. It's
Love these.
a sort of plain disc of polished bronze, almost to a mirror sheen, that has a border wrapped around it of lapis lazuli. It has a protective abjuration aura, and it also seems to have an intelligence of its own.
Why does he have so many of these?
Happens when you're old.
Just get to have like a lot of vessels with souls in it. It's like, oh, gotta shake this salt and pepper, but it's got the souls of the Blues Brothers in it. Ah, shit, I forgot.
Picking it up, you actually get its communication. It communicates with you. For what have you raised the son of Hamach?
Who lifted him?
Presumed locale.
Oh, well, wasn't intending to. Was just kind of taking a look at some stuff, and you happen to be one of the things. Hi.
Are you
You see
the
Sada doing some
new
cool sword
bearer
tricks.
of the sun?
Am I the bearer of the sun? You said.
Yes.
Sure.
Then in the name of Hamach, I shall protect you. And
Thanks.
at that point, it starts like trying to. You feel a sense of it pulling from your hands,
Uh-huh.
and as you let it go, it sort of floats up and just sort of floats behind your head,
I love him.
framing it. Um,
It's like an ion stone.
it's
Like a
it
little
doesn't
halo.
rotate. It is sort of like a halo. It's yeah, you basically just got a sun disk behind your head right now. Apparently,
Oh,
it protects
that's
you.
cool.
I want to see
Sun
what it
Disc
does.
Halo. Yeah. Sun Disc. I wrote Sun Disco Halo.
God, I hope
So
it's a
it's
gun.
Sal, as you said, the Shadow Katana is basically a brilliant energy weapon, but doesn't give off light, right?
Well, yes,
Okay. That's
it
what I
does
make
not
sure.
give up light.
Yeah.
It
I figured.
instead becomes invisible in darkness
Cool.
or low
I'm
light.
actually. Let's see. I have the choice between that glorious rune or the succubus sword or mace or whatever chainsaw sword. Kind of have this sword collection thing going on. 3 swords. I could have a fourth, or I could actually do something to benefit my character.
There are also a number of potions in racks.
Yes.
Or I could have some juice.
Yes. Did Blue Eye say we can only take one thing each?
Yeah,
Okay.
some of the potions appear to be sort of packaged together, so,
Yeah, yeah.
but
Can I at least see what happens when I hold the sword?
you
Sada's too
pick,
busy doing cool flips.
you,
Why are you just doing
I'm testing this thing out.
you draw the ravenous blade, the toothy sword.
I think as loud as I can. Hey, what's up?
It doesn't say anything back to you.
All right, cool. I guess I'm taking the sword.
You do feel hungry.
Ah, anybody got like a ration? Wait a second. I can just
You remember the chickens. You have
Yeah.
to go back.
There will be no consequences for this. Anyhow, I'll ask for the information on this thing when I can. I assume we have rations.
Well, perhaps from your journey.
Describe the hunger. I
But
guess.
if
How
you
hungry am I?
have, it's your inventory, so I don't know what you have in it.
Yeah, how
We
hungry
still have
am
those.
I?
We still have that pickled
Peckish.
haggis, right?
Why do we have that?
I don't know.
For some reason, Akio has something called a Johnny Cash Ring of Fire, and I don't remember why I called it Johnny Cash. What
Can't
the
say.
hell? I don't remember what. Why is it called Johnny Cash? I didn't call it this.
Well, I
I
didn't
think-
either, so
I
you
think
had
it
to
was
have.
you. Yeah, you were thinking of the song "Ring of Fire" when you got a ring of fire.
I guess I. Okay.
Ah.
Weird. No, I don't
It's
have
also
any
a ring of
food.
fire resistance, so you should
Yeah.
note that.
Yeah, I should note that. I don't have anything. Alright. How hungry am I?
That would have been useful.
Peckish, you could eat.
Is this really worth it? Getting kind of hungry.
What are you hungry for?
I don't know. Chicken? Yeah, it's worth it. Alright, I'm gonna keep it. Wait, is it when I draw the blade? Or is it just having it on me?
No, it's just having it on you, really.
I feel like
You
it's an
want to be
interesting
constantly hungry.
No, that sounds like a pain in the ass. Alright, fine.
You must choose one of these swords. The sword that either makes you feel constantly hungry or constantly thirsty.
Or the
Or the
sword
sword
that
that
makes you feel constantly horny.
yeah.
I mean,
He already said the sword that makes you constantly thirsty.
Aha!
Yeah, also I am literally wearing a coat.
The sword that makes you need to pee, but you don't actually ever pee when you go to the bathroom.
No, I don't
Oh,
want
For
that.
kidney
That's
stones.
awful.
Yeah,
That's
I was
just
gonna say
you're just
that's kidney
describing
stone.
JoJo and also a kidney stone. Sorry, Sals.
The kidney stone sword.
I don't know.
Luck and pluck.
I mean, there's a number of other items here, but and in the potions, you also find a potion that you look at. There's two potions that have been sort of sorted together. You presume they're actually tied together. So one is actually I'm gonna need some craft alchemy from you. Figure these out.
Well, I got bad news for you. Do not have craft alchemy. Let's double
Okay.
check just to make sure. Oh no, where'd all my skills go? Where'd all my skill? Oh, they're there. I little fucking tab. Yep, I don't have craft alchemy.
One potion looks like water with a bunch of dark brown, sort of red brown flecks floating in it. One potion is a sort of half gray, half white potion.
Uh-huh.
There's an 8-pack of potions that all have the same sort of cloudy brown liquid in it. And then there are 3 potions that are completely clear, save and colorless, save for a black sphere of liquid in the exact center of the liquid, of the rest of the liquid. A very small, it almost looks like a bead, but when you move it around, it is clearly morphic like a liquid. it reacts to movement, but eventually settles down into the perfect sphere and is suspended in the rest of the liquid.
Neat.
You
Well,
also find another cleaning cube, and you begin to think that, oh, perhaps these are not actually items. These might just be his way of keeping things clean.
well, I found his cleaning closet. Maybe. Cool. It's a lot of potions. I have no idea what anything to do.
It's true. Maybe they'll be fun.
Unlike Kasumi, Locale does not drink random potions.
What if one pops your leg off? Then what?
Okay, I thought about it for a second, then remembered. No,
Important to learn from previous mistakes.
I really missed
If you
that
want
leg.
more attacks, pal, you should just take the speed room.
I really, really missed that leg. It was a good leg. Carried me through all my life. Had it ever since I was born.
Yeah, I still got mine.
Yeah.
Uh,
Fuck you.
Yeah, so what happens if you don't drink random potions?
You also don't lose really expensive wheelchairs.
Yeah,
Well,
because I
that
still have
was
both my legs.
Brutal.
At least I'm saying this now, but the karma's gonna catch up to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, undoubtedly.
yeah.
I mean, I have the right to be annoyed, I think, about that, though. But yeah, what would you each like?
I'll hold on. Well, I don't know.
How does that?
Locale would probably want to keep the Halo thing. That seems interesting, even though I'm not going to play your character much longer.
What about the soapy guy?
Oh, we're
Well-
pocketing him no matter what.
No,
Oh!
no. I'm not going to pocket him. I'm going to ask Blue Eyes kindly, may I please have this
Your
little
little
friend?
soapy guy. Your little friend. Your little clean friend.
It's tough out there on adventuring on the road. You get
Oh,
dirty.
man. Yeah.
Oh man, maybe Pow should have it.
What?
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
Just Rita's just going nuts over it.
He's just a cute little.
He's just
cute
a
little
good
guy.
soapy guy.
Just a little soapy friend. Oh, how does the vampire-y thingy work again? What were the
The Rune of
stipulations?
Vampirism?
Yeah.
The Rune of Vampirism, it has a 25% chance of healing you every time you hit for half the damage dealt.
I mean, it's not nothing.
Not for nothing, you know.
What's the
cool.
what's the speed one? Is it like the speed, like normal speed, or is it a different effect?
In this case, it is a speed rune that would give a magic item the speed effect, which would give you another attack.
Yes.
Or you can put it on armor, which in this case it would increase
gives you
your
the zooms.
yes, it would increase your move speed by 30.
Nice.
Holy shit!
Man. I like both of those. Unfortunately, I had to take the shadow katana because it's a fucking shadow katana.
Unfortunately, you have to
Yes.
take the shadow
I
katana.
know.
Oh no!
We
know.
just the biggest we.
Yeah. I have to play into my character.
Gotta go sicko mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Gotta go into sickle mode. I don't know.
Go in sicko mode.
On sicko mode.
Stop saying that.
I'll be right back. I need to go change laundry.
Okay.
Ah! I'm gonna take that rune. I'm gonna
Which
become
one?
a problem. The vampire one.
Okay.
Oh,
If
I'll-
I could put that on an amulet, I will put that on an amulet.
All right. What do you currently have on your amulet of Mighty Fist?
Oh, it would take the place of the enchantment, is what you're saying.
Potentially, it depends. Your
'Cause that's like
amulet,
the only thing that lets me do the thing.
yeah,
Is that
it can
thing.
go up to a +5.
Oh.
I believe your agile amulet is only a +1, so it almost certainly fit. I just don't know if you have anything else on the amulet.
No, I didn't know that was even a thing you could do.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just agile. That's it.
Okay. Then yeah, this rune of vampirism is a +3, so there's actually another +1 magical effect that you could add to your rune
I did
of.
not know that that's how things work. That's really cool.
Yeah, it is. So if you find a master artificer, you can add another +1 thing to your amulet of mighty fist.
That's wicked.
But yes, otherwise you actually just sort of press the rune of vampirism onto the amulet of mighty fist, and it just sort of merges onto it. And yeah, there's now a rune upon your amulet.
Nice.
It's not vampirism. It's vampiric touch. Is that it?
No,
No, it's a different thing.
it's a completely different thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like
every
vampiric, but it only has a 25% chance to work.
Yep.
I think. Yeah.
So 25% chance with every punch that it will go off and heal you for 1/2 of the damage dealt.
Oh, every punch. Nice.
Every punch.
Well, vampiric is just confirmed on the first hit every time, but this is every punch.
but I'm
Nice.
not. I'm not always doing big damage per hit, but that's a lot of chances to get little damage
Yeah.
restored, which is nice.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. 25. Cool.
I'll take the Rune of Glorious.
Yes. So forgive me. There is a vampiric effect. Yes, we'll just use the vampiric effect per the book. So it.
Hello?
I'm reading something.
Okay. Okay.
That probably is a lot more balanced. It's also only a +1. So actually, no, this is fine as a +3. So yes, enjoy your potential 1/2 healing.
Yes, you know I will.
Immortality, baby.
And we will, and also up to the maximum of your hit dice. There should be a limiting things because it just occurred to me that you don't always hit for only a little on each strike. When you start getting the later jabs in, and
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, no, not on the additional damage stuff, but just on the
you
yeah.
hit, and then you use some of the double-handed punchy and get the additional damage from that, and then they're stunned or something.
Or something. I mean, they're very rarely stunned.
That's true.
Honestly,
But anyway,
yeah.
yes. This is a +3. It goes off 1/4 of the time. And yes, it's for half with a maximum of 16, or your hit dice rather.
Okay.
Okay. So Pow took the rune of vampirism. Sada took the shadow katana.
Yes.
Locale, you're taking the sun disk of Hamach. You said?
He went to go
Right.
move laundry.
Right. We'll go back to him. Asai, what would you like?
Well, I would like the cat picture, but I think Asai's gonna take the Torque of Chrome
Mm-hmm.
and see if she can reactivate that.
Okay. Akio.
I'm gonna take that Glorious Rune.
Okay.
I wanted that sword, but I don't want to get hungry. There's not a lot of McDonald's anywhere we go, and that's just not worth it.
Well thought out.
Also, I guess I just realized. Wait a second, I could just get a ring of. Wait a second. Couldn't I just get a ring? Just no, but that's a treasure. Oh well. Hey Pascal, you never need to eat. Could I use you as a means to? No, I'm kidding.
I'm sorry, what?
What?
No,
I
yeah.
had.
What would happen if Pascal had the sword?
He's not gonna get hungry.
I don't.
I don't know.
Hold
mean,
this sword. Hold this sword and tell me if you want to eat.
Pascal shrugs. He walks over to the sword and draws it.
I'm watching him like a hawk.
Actually,
Thinking about.
yeah, this is weird. I actually do feel like kind of peckish. Like I'm not hungry, but like I could eat something.
Well then,
I don't know.
there goes my like metagaming. Oh,
Yeah, it was worth a shot. It'd be pretty neat if it worked out that way.
I think possessed weapons are funny now, and I want more of them. But I can't have one that is just like it'll work even with it when it's not like when it's remaining sheath. You know what I mean? It's just like oh, it's not worth the pain.
No, I don't
The
really.
pain of always being slightly hungry.
I don't really
Yeah.
use these
Do you
things.
have any idea the life or death situations you can find yourself in? You're
Yeah.
just mentally focused on a fight, and you need to dodge this. Like here it comes, the death blow. You need to put on your best behavior defense. Oh no! You're thinking about McDonald's again, and you're dead.
I want
I mean, hey.
McDonald's.
Glorious is pretty good. It automatically dazzles creatures. I'm pretty sure.
Pascal suddenly shouts in pain and drops the sword.
Oh,
What?
Oh,
Oh,
He is shaking out his hand.
it is
It's like it.
bite.
No, something burnt, and he goes
Oh.
and he massages the around
Yeah.
the ring.
Yeah.
It looks like he's been slightly burnt.
Yeah.
oh, I'm
geez.
sorry, Pus.
Evil.
That's probably a sign that maybe you shouldn't have this.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't want to. Have a
I'm sorry,
fight.
Pascal.
It's okay. I think you should probably consider your interest in clearly evil swords, but no, it's fine.
Oh well. All right, I'll take this rune.
Okay. Um, so the glorious weapon, in addition to creating the daylight spell, dazzles people that you hit and can potentially blind them on a critical hit.
Nice. Is this got its own Pathfinder page? Let's see.
Yes, it does.
Cool. It's called what again?
Glorious.
No, the actual. Okay.
The weapon ability is called glorious.
Cool.
Okay, that just leaves locale.
Did Pascal actually get hurt when his ring burned him?
No, it's just a slight burn.
Okay.
Just the most mild of burns. Barely a hit point. Perhaps a hit
Tail
point.
heals it though.
Oh,
How channels it.
now it feels better. Oh, thanks. But yeah, I just want to make sure that we get locale's choice. Done. But what do you think your friends might pick? In this room is also Pascal, other Batfire, Thurman, and Big Batfire.
Oh, Big Bad Bayar is gonna take the bees.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
I mean, I don't really know what for him to take at this point. That's not like ridiculous. And he's already got an attachment to bees.
Acid burst, ghost touch, speed. Nah, bees.
Listen,
Beam.
you know who I am. Like you,
I didn't say it's the wrong choice.
yeah.
Did I hear that Jake had come back?
Hello.
Yes. Locale.
Oh.
So what are you going with?
The sun disk thing.
Okay, Locale grabs the sun disk of Hamach.
Mostly because it looks neat. Now I got like a little, like, extra magical thing going on.
Mm-hmm. And yeah. So we know what Batfire picked. How about the other Batfire? Do this by committee.
I mean, there was the arrow that always points north, but I feel like he knows where north is. Probably most times.
Blood sword or teeth sword.
No.
Honestly, he's a sort of practical person. I don't disagree
Who?
that the guiding arrow would be in his wheelhouse.
Surprised he wouldn't just take speed. Shoot
Oh
arrows
yeah,
faster.
the rune of
Sure.
speed.
Yeah.
How about Thurman?
The cleaning cube. I don't know.
Thurman takes the cat picture.
Yes! Someone needs to take the cat picture.
No, Thurman would get one of the runes.
Ice, because he's so cool. Hmm.
Oh, should take the cat picture.
Oh, I forgot something. You also, and if this changes any of your estimations, let me know. You also see a mirror. It's just sort of when you pick it up, it's wholly. It's not. It doesn't reflect anything. It's opaque. Very hazy. But Locale, after reading its aura a bit more, you walk it up and place it on one of the walls, and through the wall or through the mirror, you perceive another room.
Another room?
Yes.
Room.
I can
Going
see
over
through.
and placing it next to the door, you see out into the hallway that Blue Eyes led you through. As you're doing so, you also see Blue Eyes dragging Bendu along the floor across the vision path of the mirror and out of sight.
Oh, he found him.
Well, just kind of pull it away. Nothing to see there.
Question though, where is Bo at this point? Did he come with us?
Bo is in the room. He's just sort of
Okay.
hanging out.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't really do very much. I don't think I really, that these are really meant for me. They're not really my thing.
No, I just wanted to, make sure he was still around. Remind everybody that, I did give you a playbook to get him unexiled last time. But unless you want to take him to surrogate. But this is me, Sam, speaking, not Asai. I would have my hand on my head, but unfortunately we don't use video.
Yeah.
This is true. If you want to raise that to Blue Eyes, it may be a good idea. Okay, I think that's pretty much everybody except for Pascal.
Pascal takes the cat picture.
The cat picture's so cute. What if Akio takes the cat picture and just uses it to soak his coat full in cream?
He could have infinite white Russians.
Oh,
You're not wrong.
Delightful.
that's fun. That's wonderful.
You need an infinite source of booze, though, first.
Would
Easy
it
enough.
be cute? Would it be cute if Pascal took the rune of lightning and then he could match Pow?
Yeah.
I mean, that would
Aw.
be cute. Um,
I don't really know what else he would take. If you guys have any ideas.
Nope.
No.
I mean, Locale just did observe, or rather, Jake, Pascal grabbing the manual gainful exercise out of his hands. But
Oh yes, that too.
Mhm.
That would make very much sense for Pascal.
Yeah.
however, the rune of lightning would match Paulina. Your guys' choice.
I think that would make sense.
Which?
The lightning.
And then we could give the gainful exercise to Thurman, so he could punch things even more.
Hmm. Okay. No one wants to take the 7 triumphs of sin?
Nah.
Nah.
I'm
Sure,
a
it'd
pass
be
on
fun.
that.
Sounds fucked up.
Nah, it's cool. All the kids are sinning today.
I mean, you're not wrong, but is that a good thing?
Fazil thinks so. Okay, so no one wants the paralyzing hatchet, the sword catcher dagger, or any of those things. And
Not unless I
everyone-
could double up, but no. I want this cool weeb sword.
Yeah, you need to start wielding a sword in your teeth at this point.
Yeah.
What's the hatchet?
Noob.
What's
One
the
Piece
hatchet steal
style.
again?
The hatchet paralyzes once per day. The club is a club of strength draining.
Oh.
It's pretty nice.
It doesn't drain it into you, though. It
No.
just drains someone else's strength.
Mm.
Okay.
The
With
cube.
that,
Sorry.
you. I'm sorry.
No, continue. I wish someone could take the cube.
Uh,
I'm gonna ask Blue Eyes if I can take the cube.
Okay. Yeah, but you're leaving us.
No, Locale is still gonna be a character. Like he's already like planned to go back to Saruga and keep an eye on Akio because even if it's dormant, Akio still has Cataclysm Sword.
Okay.
that is true.
Okay, we get the cube vicariously then. I can live with that.
Okay. It's at this point that the doors reopen and Blue Eyes looks at all of you with your new things, and I presume you have thoroughly helped yourselves to my collection.
Yes.
Yeah, I did want to
The
ask.
sword is very cool.
It is.
I've grown quite fond of this cube that cleans things, but I also have this halo thing floating by my head. I was wondering if you would mind if I had the floating the cleaning cube as well.
I did say one thing from this room.
You know, that's fair. And then I put the halo back.
I have dozens of the cleaning cube. Please.
Thank you. That is very kind of you. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Now, with that, you are all welcome to remain as long as you desire in my palace. I understand that you no doubt have things that you will want to get back to, I'm sure, quite quickly.
Yes. I'll figure that out.
But you did have a bit more excitement this morning than I think you were really planning on.
Hmm.
So if you wish to spend an additional day or two recuperating, you are no longer restricted in your use of the palace. You may travel as you desire. There are a number of comforts here that, well, I find them quite nice from time to time. Oh, and also
Oh.
there is the matter of our deal.
Yes.
Lady
I was going to
Amelia.
ask you about that, actually.
Come, little wormling, let's meet your cousins.
Okay.
Blue Eyes begins leading you along hallways and such. And over to a new grand hallway off the side. And he, with a gesture, the door opens, and you, before he does so, you do actually hear something of a ruckus on the other side of the room. The occasional snapping and growling, as well as words in Draconic.
I can speak that. I know what they're saying.
They're mostly cursing at each other.
Ah, very good. Gotta love those dragon curse words.
Yeah, these aren't really. They're what the dragons are expressing is mutual disdain for each other. They don't have one-to-one translations into like English, but it's basically they're having a long-winded argument without actually saying anything beyond just expressing that that each one sucks.
Very good.
But yes, the doors open, revealing 3 dragons.
Oh.
3 lizard, blue and gold, blue and yellow lizards are in the room. 2 of which are lounging on dragon-sized lounges, while the third is sort of at the rear of the room, currently held away from the rest of the room because every time, as it tries to take a step forward, one of the other 2 snaps at it. And as the doors open, the conversation, such as it was, stops, and the 3 of them turn to appraise the group of you.
Sada raises her hand and goes, yo.
They don't reply, save the one in the back is able to start prowling forward. All 3 of them slowly get up, and it's at this point that you realize that, oh, Blue Eyes isn't giving you, like, annoying children
Yeah.
like you expected.
No, I
The
expected
3
they be.
dragons.
I expected to be in human form, but
No, they are dragons, and they are the size. Their main bodies are the size of elephants.
jeez.
Ah! No.
The big ones.
Horses maybe, but elephants is too much.
Yeah, they stride forward like a mix between an adder and a jungle cat. Their lean muscles flexing as they shift their tonnage forward so sinuously and effortlessly, it's almost as if they weigh nothing. As they sort of begin moving their very uncomfortably large heads towards you, you can hear them sort of sniffing before one finally opens its maw and goes, ah, guess. Yes. Interesting guess. Eclectic guess. Edible guess? No. The three of them stop, sort of shift back for a second. The middle one in particular, going back, the last one who had spoken, shifting back before the other two begin to shift closer again. Then conversation guess. Interesting. Interesting indeed. What are their names, I wonder? Who are they? Why are we being so grace?
I
We don't
am.
have hordes here, little mammals. All of that is here is that which belongs to the great one amongst you.
Hmm.
Why do you come to us?
I am Sato Ryodo, the daimyo of Sarugu.
The two dragons that are not wholly cowed look at each other and look back to you. I have not heard of this Surugu. It
Yeah.
sounds Hadanese.
Yep.
Is it Hadanese?
Yep.
Oh. Wow. Is it an entire island?
Yeah.
I wonder. Oh, you rule an entire island. How large is this island? Is it one of the large ones or one of the small ones?
It's one of the small ones.
Um, that's not so oppressive after all. Well, I'm told the large ones are split into multiple little domains. Oh, well, then perhaps in context, it is impressive. Is Surugo an impressive place?
I like it. I think it's pretty impressive.
How
Lots of
interesting.
interesting people there.
How curious. We're lying. This is not interesting at all. No.
Anyway, I
No.
guess the reason I'm here should be explained by your great 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 grandfather. I missed a few dozen greats there probably, but you get the picture.
Honestly, I don't know what the exact number is. The three of you have lingered under my roof for long enough. I have decided to send you elsewhere. Wait, what? You what? You can't. Can't what? Which one of you will stop me? The dragons look at each other before shifting a little bit further back into the room. You have been lingering, trying to decide amongst yourselves which one of you will inherit my power, gain my favor in the extremely unlikely circumstance that I were to die. Well, here is a way that you can gain my favor. And he points at you, Sada.
That's
By
me.
whatever means she decides. Until that time, you are to not allow her or any of her companions to come to harm. And you are most assuredly not allowed to eat them. I will personally attend to any who defies this command. And if you think you can hide it from me, you have yet to succeed
Another thing coming.
at doing so yet. The three dragons look at each other again. Um, um,
Pow a little polite, like semi bow the youngsters. Says, I hope you'll find our island more interesting than expect.
it sounds delightful, truly. Yes, delightful. Have you given thought to the exact nature of the means by which you will decide which one of us achieves the favor of our grandsire?
Not really.
You would give us to these mammals when they don't even have any sort of plan?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah, the sword
yeah,
just got thrown on us like last night too. So
Spontaneity. What is the word I'm trying to look for here?
180.
Spontaneity is the spice of life. Wouldn't that actually be more of an interesting? Wouldn't that be just a surprise? Be just a thrill for you guys? Just going, unless you drive your entire life following plans.
but I say I say a major contender would probably be how much aid you can help render us unto our cause.
The two of them closer to you both go, ugh, as you're saying this. The third one only goes, ugh, as a follow up after hearing both of them say it.
Imagine there's gonna be plenty of other people you'll be able to eat indiscriminately,
Boy,
like in the whole warfare thing they're
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah,
I've
there
never
is
been personally.
wait, we can eat them? No, not
Well,
these, you
No,
idiot.
not us.
there's like
Oh.
enemies they have, like another
Yeah.
nation.
Yeah, we fought several armies before.
Oh.
And you'll be glorified for it.
Mm-hmm.
In what way glorified?
Sada, how will they be glorified?
Hail the heroes and given tribute.
Yeah.
Poet will sing tales of your name.
These are extremely immaterial manners of glorification.
Oh, right, they're dragons. They want gold.
I'll leave you to
Go!
discuss this with your new charges. Let me know when you're done.
Okay.
With this, Blue Eyes simply goes across the hall, opens up another door, and enters into a different room.
So, how old are all you guys anyway? Several centuries, I'm guessing.
You would ask a lady her age. Yes, we're several centuries old, approximately.
How many eons are you? Sorry, how many epochs?
0 epochs.
You're not that old.
No, no, in the grand scheme of things, I suppose, compared to Blue Eyes, we're not really that old. Compared to you, I've
Yeah.
already lived several of your lifetimes.
Yeah.
You're
You look
already
like-
beginning to become wrinkled.
You look
No.
about as young as 2 lifetimes. Come on, you're being too hard on yourself.
This morsel seems very self-confident, but in the way that suggests he doesn't quite understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, I've gotten that impression as well.
Oh well. Alright.
I like him. Two of them look back at this. Well, I think it's funny.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, we have a favorite too. What are your names?
Yeah, that too.
Hmm. The two closer to you both begin to say, before snapping at each other and go, they ask me first. No, I am fairly sure she addressed me.
What about the one in the back?
Oh? Oh,
Yeah,
I'm Prodidix.
products. Okay.
Like this guy.
Why would you want to know his name first?
Well, he wasn't arguing about who I asked first, so.
I mean, it's presumably we're saving the best for last, right?
The two of them snap at each other. After you. No, but you are really that easy to manipulate. Fine.
It's just simple flattery. Also, I'm pretty sure Amy's watching Evangelion the next stream, so I think I just heard the song.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
I am Bolo Mox.
Nice to meet you, Bolamox.
Well, since we are saving the best for last, the rest of you should introduce yourselves.
Ah, yes.
How many dragons?
Vampire.
There are three.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was talking about the rest of you.
Yes, I see. Pardon me. There are some that call me Locale.
Mm-hmm. And after a few other introductions,
They call me Bat Bayar, son of Bat Bayar. Sometimes Big Bayar.
He's also Bat Bear. I pointed out Bat Bear.
yes, I'm also Babair.
He's called Other Bat Bayar.
That
Or
sounds
Bat
like it
Bayar.
will get
We have-
needlessly confusing.
We have many Bat Bears.
We have many Pathfinders.
Fortunately, he'll be off in cash once we're done here.
And yeah, also I died.
Yeah, he died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're using that as a boast, it's not a particularly impressive one.
No, I'm using it as an icebreaker.
It's coming back to life part. That's, I guess, a boast. But yeah.
I'm not bragging about it.
He's
I'm
humble
not-
brag.
You guys know about the Skitterkin?
Is that really? I didn't really
Hey.
participate in that.
Gitterkin?
Yeah.
What
They're
is a
they're
Skitterkin?
rat-like people who live underground.
That sounds actually interesting. I did not
Yeah.
know of this.
Yeah, we got some nice ones on our below our island. Now there was some bad ones that killed him.
Can we eat them?
No, well, maybe the
Ouch.
bad ones if there's more bad ones, but I think we took care of most of them.
Oh. And I am Zazimix.
Zazamix.
Just making sure I write this all down.
Sounds evil.
Lovely.
We have Pradidix, Bolamox, and Zazamix.
Mm.
Yeah, it was actually the one that killed Vapor. There was actually a voodoo fast worshiper, and she turned into like a weird rat dragon thing. It killed him. Yeah, it was a whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grandpapa does not advocate the regard of our great grandmother.
Hmm.
Yes, he
Siblings.
considers her somewhat gauche.
Vampire walks over to Sada and whispers in her ear, "What is gauche?"
Ada doesn't know.
You know, like lacking grace, unsophisticated, that kind of thing.
Oh, then yes, not so gauche.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yes, our wing is somewhat famous for our capacity for social grace, even among your complex mammalian courts and covens. Oh yes, will be perfect additions to your power structure.
Hmm.
I
So
can think of any number of ways in which we might help you rule this Sarugo.
that nods along.
Falls
I'm
asleep.
glad you're so agreeable. As the greatest amongst these three, by both personal, amongst us three, I should say, given both my physical and mental capacity. I entrust ourselves to your care, Lady Sada Ryudo. Wait. And the dragon, the all of you have an interesting thing with this conversation because you all have a sense of reading body language, the indications of someone's mood based on their facial expression. The thing with dragons is that they don't really emote physically with their face. They don't really have that variety of facial muscles. Um,
But if I were
changes.
to, sorry, go.
No, please. What was your question?
If I were to guess on a scale of 1 to 10, how quickly is Zazimix going to try to eat us anyway?
Oh, roll sense motive. You determine that Sasamex is still very cowed by Blue Eyes. As well she should be, because as has been revealed to you, she would be just like a chicklet to him. But you also get the sense that she thinks very highly of herself and her abilities, and has not ruled it out as something that she could do if she finagles it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not. You also get the sense that it's not immediately at the top of her things to do list.
Okay.
She's at least playing along for now. Um, Sada, you on the other hand, you've picked up on a couple of things that perhaps the rest of your party hasn't. Shifts in the body and the tail and neck
Thanks to that dragon
position.
blood.
Um,
Also, just being smart, maybe. Dragon smart.
very subtle changes in the positioning of, say, their inner eyelid, where it just sort of begins to shift forward. You smell golden.
Yeah,
Oh, I smell it too.
I got that blood in me.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. No wonder you feel that you can rule over the likes of us. Zazamex is begun to rear back slightly, her bringing her neck at least uh, to its fuller length. Her wings spreading out behind her, making her look even bigger than she truly is. The effect somewhat mitigated and lessened when she bangs her head against the ceiling. But then, considering that the ceiling is really quite high in this room,
Huh?
maybe not.
I mean, I don't think I'll try to rule over you. I just hope I can count on your support and help.
Support and help. I am a dragon. I support me. You,
And
she,
supporting me is in best interest for you.
she does have a point. Blue Eyes will snap your neck if you do anything to her. He said so himself. And your island, Sarugu, part of Hadano, it's part of T. How many of your golden cousins and siblings live on your island?
None.
None?
No, we're not part of T.
Sada. Vampire looks at you. What the fuck, Sada?
What?
You have a brother, Sada.
Huh?
He's not currently there though.
No, he's not
Wait,
there.
what? Oh, I didn't know that.
Studying in
Unless
Yeah,
Paris,
he's
that
right?
brother is a full-blooded dragon, we're not
Yeah,
interested.
yeah, not that either.
That their T is the realm of golds, and you have no golds upon your island?
Sada shakes her head. Nope.
This best be true.
At least as far as I know, unless they're hiding. But
It really would be good to know. My sister is perhaps being overbearing. It's her tendency as Balmark sort of brings his head closer to a lot of you, turning him into profile so you don't quite get the full mouth of gnashing teeth as he speaks, and putting his head almost at your chest level to bring him slightly lower than the rest of you. You are still made keenly aware of his size simply because his teeth could be used for daggers, and his eye is about the size of a tea saucer.
nice.
But still, you get the sense he's trying to be a little bit less threatening. There is a consideration among our kind of moving between specific areas that are claimed, and golds are somewhat territorial about tea. They've even evicted other metallics from your islands long ago.
Huh.
Oh, yes. Once there were any number of bronzes that used your islands as their nesting grounds until they were made a part of tea, and then they were golden lands, and so they were forced to leave.
We met a bronze one there once.
Interesting.
Yeah, she was way deep underground though, and she was like really young. So
That would perhaps explain it.
yeah, and she's also now in Vivant as well. So
A wise choice on her part, from what I understand of your part of the world. Your former noble overlords might return at any moment.
there is a representative from T who's currently on our island. We're trying to step
Mm.
around somewhat.
Ah,
Yeah.
you see, I warned you. There's nothing to suggest that. Have you known this man to be randomly extremely frightening?
No.
It could just be a bureaucrat.
Yeah, he just seems like a bureaucrat to me.
Still, we may have to be very careful
Hmm.
if we are to undertake this. Fine. You may command us in what ways you so desire.
All
Sada
right.
Ludo.
I
Et
thank you.
al. Hi, I'm Pratodux.
Yeah.
The third one sort of thuds forward and pushes in between the other two.
Nice to meet you.
Ah, I look forward to our time together.
Hmm. I guess we just gotta figure out how we're gonna get there now. And when. Can you guys like change into like a human shape like Blue Eyes can, or
Why would we want to do that?
I just figured it's the easiest way to get you out without, 3 dragons soaring for the skies from the city. I don't know.
It may be useful to be somewhat clandestine in our arrival, sister. As you just noted, there is a mild danger of being forcibly evicted. Fine. Yes, all dragons of a certain age can do that.
Okay.
And with that, the 3 dragons,
Oh.
glowing gold, sort of shrink down into themselves, and they all look like Blue Eyes,
Oh, okay. Nice.
like one-to-one clones. Except for no, actually, just yeah, just basically. No, I wanted to be. I demanded to be Blue Eyes. This is ridiculous. We can't all be. You hear a voice from behind you. None of you will be me. If you don't change to something else in the next 3 seconds, they all turn back into normal dragons. This form is mine.
I want
Figure
to be
out
Grandpapa.
yourself.
No, I want to be Grandpa.
I want to be the
With
hot
these
elf.
So cool.
Anyway, I guess I could tell you guys some more about Tsurugu as well, so you know what's coming.
It may behoove you to perhaps
Yeah.
direct us on how we appear.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hmm. I guess since you're coming back with us, maybe something around here would make sense. Local from around here. Trying to think what would be
Perhaps,
best.
or we could simply blend into Sarugu. It's
That
up to
too.
you.
Yeah. Hmm. What do you guys think?
Are you asking the dragons or your party?
No, I mean I'm asking the party.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I look back at the party.
I liked having a fleet of blue eyes, but apparently that's not allowed.
Not.
Blue Eyes seemed very offended.
Yeah.
He was in another room and he knew when that happened. That was impressive. mean, you can't go wrong with hot elves, but that is a little conspicuous.
It is true, though.
I mean, I think them choosing a form that is comfortable for them.
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, I imagine being the dragon, being in their normal forms is what they want most. But yeah.
It'll be cleaning cubes.
Our alternative form must be humanoid.
Yeah. Maybe you could just turn into like 3 nasty little goblins.
Ah! How dare you!
No, expect those to be dragons.
You raise a good point. However,
We
no.
also have goblins on our island too.
Again, perhaps a practical decision. Again, however,
Yes.
no.
Yeah. Understandable. Yeah, I think maybe just trying to blend into Sarugu might be best.
Well, sure. Zazamex's form coalesces into golden light again as her outline shifts down to something much smaller. Something your size, Tada. As suddenly you're looking back at yourself.
Oh, hey.
There, now I will be as a Hadanese person is. The Hadanese person. Plus, if someone tries to assassinate me instead of you, I'll eat them.
True.
That is a good plan.
Perhaps.
It's fair.
But what if
Maybe a little
an
conspicuous
assassin
though.
that comes for Sada is enough to slay you? You think that something that would destroy this little morsel could slay me? I think you just banged your head against the ceiling while trying to look intimidating, so yes.
Oh,
What's
how does
the
Matthew?
sound?
They are kind of catty.
Oh,
What would you recommend as an alteration from this current form?
uh, hmm.
Like a cool orc. Or a
An
cool
orc.
cool theme person.
Maybe change the facial features a bit. Wear the hair down. Don't cover my clothes exactly.
As you wish. Yeah, that sort of shifts. And yeah, you're now looking at a Hadanese woman that kind of looks like you.
There we
Not
go.
quite.
Yeah.
Still the same height. Has a sort of random sampling of clothing from your entire party.
Okay. I'll have to work on that.
What? Is this not? I don't. You have such weird obsessions with wearing things on your body, and it's keeping track of your ridiculous fashions is frankly preposterous.
Don't worry. We mostly got robes you can wear, and that will make you blend in Sarugu, kimonos, and stuff like that.
Yeah, fine.
Keep it basic.
Mm.
Let you blend in.
It's at this point that Bolmax sort of shifts also and sort of becomes like sort of basing it off on a further iteration of Sazimex's design. He sort of just shifts into a very generic, random Hadanese man
Okay.
with actually sort of appropriate looking clothing.
Nice.
How did you know how they dress? Because I actually read a book occasionally.
Damn.
The two of them look back at Prada Ducks. who sort of looks at the two of you, at two of them, and at you guys, and he also shifts down into a third Hadanese man, fairly generic looking, not wearing anything.
Ah. Well, I mean that's one way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you can trust me. Hey,
What?
smarter you both. And with that, he just sort of struts out of the room.
Okay.
Good for
Okay.
him.
Yeah.
Get back in there. Blue Eyes turns Paradox around immediately after reappearing again. And sort of shifts him back into the room. I assume that you've introduced yourselves and have made yourselves well and truly acquainted. Or so
Yeah.
than perhaps necessary, he says,
Yeah.
looking at Paradox. Very good. Well then. I must insist that you at least have dinner here
All right.
as a final thank you.
All right. Thank you. Oh yeah. So let me fill you guys in on Sarugu there, and there's many elements.
Perhaps on the travel there you may.
Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense.
And he sort of gestures for you to go on, sort of travel down the hallway back to where you're going. As you're sort of getting close to the central area around the tower to turn around the hallway back to the suite that you had been occupying, you do hear a cry of a sort of meek cry for assistance. Not really verbal, actually, at this point. And you turn back to see Blue Eyes drag Bendu from the room that he had entered earlier across to the room with Pradadux, Bolomax, and Zasamex
Oh,
in it,
there he
and
goes.
tosses him in there
Well,
You can eat him.
and closes the door. There is suddenly some amount of screaming. It ends very quickly.
Oh, well, he's dead.
Hindu has been dead.
Well, what was that about, anyways?
Bendu betrayed Blue Eyes.
When that happened?
He put a collar on Blue
He
Eyes
put the
and
he put the
kept it from
shackles on him.
transforming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When?
During
While you
the
were-
fight. Yeah. When you
while you
got
were
turned
knocked
into the
out.
when you got turned into the thing, and you were
Ah,
stuck
what a
inside of it.
dick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad that guy's dead.
Yeah.
Not sure what his plan was.
I don't know. He saw an opportunity. Hey, let's go get something to drink.
Yeah.
Parched.
You soon find yourselves back in the suite, wherein Marco stands up from where he had been sort of laying on a couch reading something with Sonata um, and Pradesh. He goes, what happened? I
Oh.
heard this massive crash, and there was like sounds of fighting. And when we tried to leave, the servants were just like, no, no, stay here. And Sonata was just like, well, what if I want to go out? And they said, no, no, we'd have to stop you. And Sonata would go, well, I don't want to interfere with you just doing your jobs. That wouldn't be right. It's true. I did say that. And
that sounds like him.
yeah, he's gotten really good at like doing impressions. It's actually really impressive. But yeah, what happened?
Oh God, so much.
Akio got possessed by a sword.
Yeah, Akio's sword got really mad, cut Blue Eyes. Then drank
Now
his
it's
blood,
blue.
drank his dragon blood. Then it like took
Wait.
over Akio's body.
What dragon blood?
Oh
Wait, is Blue Eyes actually a dragon?
yeah, don't tell anybody or
Sada,
else.
I don't think you were
The fire
supposed to
just stares at Sada.
I mean, look, I got to tell the whole story here.
I mean, that's cool as hell. I don't know why you wouldn't want people to know that.
Just don't,
Ah.
because it's a secret. You can know, but if you tell anybody, then Blue Eyes will kill you.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Hmm.
Maybe we shouldn't just say that freely anymore, ever.
Yes.
Sada just murdered a teenager accidentally.
Hell yeah.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Huh. Well, this sounds like a very interesting place for me to stay.
Oh boy.
But the rest of you, I think, are perhaps more ready to leave.
Yes.
Yes. I'm ready to
Indeed.
go see Surugu because I've never been there.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, and
When do you
also
think you will be leaving?
we're bringing his grandchildren with us too.
You're bringing his Blue Eyes.
Yes.
Are
Yes.
his grandchildren also dragons?
Maybe.
I'm gonna meet dragons.
They are going to try to eat you.
Yeah.
A dragon is going to try and eat me? Maybe we should have this conversation later.
Which
Marco,
anyway,
it's
the fight happened. The Blue Eyes' like right hand man snapped some manacles on him that would prevent him from transforming, betraying him, and then the sword became like this thing that took over Akio's body. It was trying to kill him and us. And then we freed Blue Eyes, and then he brought down like the biggest lightning bolt of all time, and incinerated the thing. Akio got out of it by then, fortunately. It's I don't know exactly how to explain what it was, because Akio was like inside of it.
oh, what was it like? It was like really. It was like I don't remember. What was it like, Cells?
It was like you were locked inside a Iron Maiden, except it was molded to your flesh.
All right, the
Somehow you
voice.
could still breathe, but it was sustaining your life, but you couldn't like see or hear or taste or smell anything. It's just like you were within this black void, and occasionally you would feel the pain of it being hit.
It was like being in a box,
That's
but it was like it was bad and fleshy and spiky. Like pretty bad. Wouldn't want to. Don't recommend it.
dude, you really suck at describing things.
Well, you don't have to talk with the voice in your head.
What?
I don't know. I'm a little tired. I got turned into I went through a lot. And how long ago was that fight?
Like I don't know,
Like an
couple
hour
hours.
ago.
Yeah, I went through a lot today, so I just want to drink. And then I'll tell you more about it when I look, my sword is blue now. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Okay. It's also a mace now?
No, it transforms. I think.
Yeah, it changed back into a sword when you grabbed it. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
cool.
I mean, if you want to hand it around, you can make it. You
No.
can see what
Also-
it becomes for other people.
Also, it's
Oh,
asleep.
you know what?
Ooh.
The
All
thing
right, sure.
the thing inside of it is asleep now.
I give it to Pow because I'm super curious what it'll turn into.
Cool ass gauntlet. I
What
don't
turn
know.
into for pal?
What
Like
does
a
it turn into POW? It actually starts shrinking immensely until
dagger.
it becomes basically a silvery set of brass knuckles on one of your hands.
Nice.
That's so
Wow.
sick.
That just sort of molds over the back of your hand as well, and it just the big gem is right in the middle of the back of your hand.
Neato.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
but Pow,
This
if I
is
ever
the sickest
die,
shit. Yeah. Yeah.
you may fight over who gets to get that. Anyhow.
I may fight over
I
it
know
right
exactly.
now.
I know
but there you
exactly what
go.
it's gonna. I know exactly what it's gonna become if I hold it.
Well, I guess you're not gonna get to hold it then. Here you
Yeah,
go,
good.
Vampire. You get to see what it is.
It's gonna be a katana. Duh.
Unimaginable.
Uh,
Like one single throwing star, but like a cool king one, like you find in a mall. You know, like the cool guy store.
yeah, it just becomes the like edgiest thing. You hand
It's
it
got a
to.
leaf on one side.
Mhm.
Well, you're gonna
You
regret-
hand it to Batfire, and it shifts into a silvered bow. It's
Nice.
Huh.
it's now
Neato.
sapphire like gem a at the just where your hand would hold it at its center.
This is a nice trade-off. I hope it doesn't explode when I, eventually
Oh, I
use
thought
this
you
thing.
meant Batfire as in human Batfire, not Centaur Batfire.
Well, yeah. But I take the bow away from Bayar and give it to Bayar.
Okay. Big Bayar takes it, and it becomes just a really honking big Nodachi.
Hell yeah.
Well, I don't know what I expected. But yeah, it does that now.
Yeah.
I guess I could talk about it later when I'm a little bit less, anxious about it. But yeah, I
We
don't
could
know.
give you smart wine and you could talk about it now.
No.
I think we should probably let sleeping swords lie for now.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Don't
All
let the
right.
sword wake up.
Mm.
And then I sheath it.
Yeah, from what Blue Eyes was saying, I think it's probably best that Akio think as little about that sword as possible.
You know,
Yeah.
that's a good point.
I also don't like being sober. So, part of that. Anyhow, I'm gonna go to sleep. Good night.
All right.
Akio, it's like 11 in the morning.
I
Good.
went through a lot. Fine, I could stay up for 6
I mean, you're
hours.
gonna ruin your sleep schedule, man. It's not good for you.
All right, fine. Hey, Marco, what'd you do? What'd you do all day? Huh?
It's been like 2 hours since I last saw you. I was reading a book.
What's the book about? What you reading?
It's a and he just it's a work in nonfiction, very uninteresting.
Ah,
Is it actually nonfiction that's uninteresting?
Roll sense motive.
Okay.
what a
This is a teenager, okay?
I
Oh.
will also
Oh.
roll sense motive.
Wow, that's okay. We have some good sense motive rolls going.
Wait, where's my
But-
sense motive?
If there's one thing that this kid is good at, it is bluff checks. Oh. Okay, no, he is also still a 14-year-old, so yeah, he cannot beat a 37 at this point. Akio, he is lying.
Give me that book.
It's porn.
No, it's my book. I'm reading it.
Yeah, but I want to know what it is. I'm kind of curious now.
What? What's the
I don't
matter
think
to
it
you?
is
This
book.
isn't.
Yeah.
You're not my dad.
Listen.
You don't get to tell me what I can read and can't read.
I didn't say nothing. I just want to know what the book is.
Well, I don't want you to know what the book is.
I don't.
You're getting pretty defensive there, Marco.
I think you should respect the boundaries of
Yeah.
this young man.
If he doesn't want to show us what's in the book, how bad can it be?
I don't know.
Yeah.
We're in.
What if he's writing secrets?
Never mind.
Let him write secrets. He's a teenager. What is he gonna
Ada.
What
do?
secrets about us?
Sato was trying to
I
sneak
don't
the
care.
Look out!
Okay, look.
You get
Worst
the
case
book in the check.
scenario, like we literally found the Book of the Great Sins, or like the Seven Sins, or something like
But
that.
this
in
is
another
way more.
room.
This is way more interesting.
We
Yeah.
don't know what he could have found.
Because he says we can't see it.
We could probably tell if the Book of Sins or not just by looking at it, or I can detect magic on it.
Oh, it's a book of sins, all right.
Yeah, Sada, you slip it out of his hand. Pao, you also tell that he is lying and kind of
But is
embarrassed.
he?
look
Yeah,
at the
that's
book.
it. Okay.
Okay.
Got it. Hey.
I'm gonna take the
Alright,
book for Sada.
let me chuck it here.
Yeah, it's a smut book.
Oh, I knew it.
Oh, so it is.
This is
Oh my
incredibly inappropriate what we're doing right now. I wish no
Yeah,
part of it, and
give-
Mikhail walks away.
Pao takes it. Yeah, Pao grabs it back from.
Oh, this is just. This is exactly what he said it was. I say.
Yeah, it's nonfiction. I see. Okay, well
Yeah.
you're right. There you go.
Yeah.
Return it to where you
I say that to
wherever you got it
Pascal.
from.
Yeah, and I give it back to him.
I'm a sailor. I know something happened.
For some reason, I'm still doubtful of that statement, but look, just read it on your own time.
That's what he was doing.
Yeah, I know, but there's like two other people in the room. Like, how are you keeping it hidden from them? They're really unobservant, and also, I wasn't trying to keep it hidden. Why would I keep it hidden? There's
No, it's
nothing
just
to
it's nonfiction. It's
Yeah.
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 Pascal just sort of like tosses his hands up. I almost died. I don't care anymore.
I almost got eaten by my own sword. We both had.
At that expression, Marco sidles over to you, Paulina. He almost died?
Oh, well, yeah, it happens. Sometimes.
How bad did he almost die?
It's okay. You know, everyone's in one piece.
Okay.
Look, everything is fine. He got hurt, but that's kind of how it goes when we do what we do. And everything is A-okay because we're all professionals here. Let's leave this poor child alone.
Yeah.
But harassing a child is all I'm good at.
I
I
think you're
know.
better selling yourself short, Sadaru, though. Blue Eyes has walked into the room, so
Oh, hey there.
very silently. And he looks over your shoulder and sees what Marco is holding and goes, "Oh, that's a good one." Dinner will be served at a normal hour if you want to stay for that. We also will be serving lunch shortly.
All right.
If you would, do you think you would care to stay for the night?
I
You
think
do
so.
have to still, we do have to still navigate the issue of the interdict.
Yes, that
The
too.
city remains closed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Beginning to frustrate me, to be honest.
Hmm.
It's not even that nice of a tower.
Yep. That's
Anyway.
such a good comic. I love Pocket so much. Okay,
Hmm?
sorry, continue.
Anyway, I thank you again for agreeing to take on the burden of my relatives and for doing me great services. Remember what I told you, Sadaryudo. In the future, I might do you as great a service as well. Make sure to use that boon when it is important.
I'm gonna save it for a special occasion.
At this point, the major Blue Eyes' major domo, so hurries into the room and rushes up next to him, and Blue Eyes is obliged to bend down a little so that he can whisper into his ear. Oh, really? Excuse me. Local politicians have raised their concerns.
Is this about the big lightning bolt?
Yes, it's about the big lightning bolt.
All right.
That he sort of sweeps from the room, his major domo very hurriedly following along. What do you do?
Cells, do I need a specific spell to heal scar tissue, or will cure critical wounds work with that?
Scar tissue can be healed. So
If I
rules is
wanted to
written.
give Pascal an extra boost, sorry. This
Rules
is
of
what my intention is.
Understood. Rules is written. Scars are cured with a cure spell. Yes. However, what I've ruled is that it doesn't. Just healing magic just accelerates healing and forms normal scars.
Okay.
So no, the thing that it cures scars is specifically an alchemical item that alchemists can brew.
Ah.
So Dottore Nieve is helpful in that way because he is a very skilled alchemist. You presume. Typically, healing
Yes.
potions being injected would indicate that.
That's
Anyway,
why Pao has any scars, because she's like, nuh-uh to that juice. Wants none of that juice.
Yeah. Anyway, Sada's a gossip, so she's gonna try to see what that whole conversation is gonna be about. Sneak in.
All right, Sada, you
I
start
disappeared.
following Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes is not heading into any rooms. He is actually going around the hallways and towards the main entrance. Is everyone else good where they are? Or is anyone else going to follow?
I'm gonna follow.
You hear the loud clanking of gold armor.
Mm-hmm. Blue Eyes clearly hears this. He does briefly look behind him at you, but after that, he just continues walking forward. He doesn't apparently care that you are following along. With a gesture, the main doors fling open, and you can see beyond Blue Eyes a a wall of soldiers and a number of very important looking for my people in front of it. And one of them steps forward, and he is wearing a broad hat, heavily beaded with precious stones. That sort of forms a sort of arch above his head, fixed upon a skull cap, with beads hanging down from the sides, on almost to his shoulders, stopping just above to swing naturally. And he steps forward as Blue Eyes stalks forward and points an accusing finger at him and goes, "Dragon, enough is enough. I command you gone." And that's where we'll stop
Oh,
for this
jeez.
week. Because it's
Is this-
9:30 already. This session was taking a while.
Hey, there's still 10 minutes.
There is 10 minutes, but I don't want to do it next in 10 minutes. So
Okay. Understandable.
Maybe next session we'll get back to Sarugu.
Yeah,
No,
fuck you,
next
Phil.
session, you almost certainly will get back to
we
Sarugu.
will never get back to Sarugu.
It's
Because the next session is the last session because we all die.
yes,
Yep.
killed by the River Kingdom of Oromai of all people.
Yep.
Um,
Who could have saw it coming? Twist
yeah,
ending.
no, you know, Blue Eyes might be a freaking skyscraper-sized dragon, but
But even he couldn't stand against the mighty army of the River Kingdom.
exactly, they're all exceptional dragon slayers.
Trained right out of the womb to slay dragons.
It's all they do, all they
Yep.
know how. So they wouldn't be very good at slaying the rest of you, but once they slay Blue Eyes, he falls on you and you die.
Yeah. But then I eat him and I become a dragon.
Ah, yes, that is how
Yes,
it works.
that's
The
how it works.
Polonius rule.
Yes.
But yeah, I did intend for you to get back to or be getting back to Sarugu this week, but
But
our fun little roleplay conversations took long.
yes.
I hope you enjoy. You have noted down your new magical crap.
Yes, I have my shadow katana already set up, as you
I
saw.
need to know
I'll set it up.
I named the full attack with it in the my normal katana, light and shadow,
I just need to know what my thing does.
Wait.
or burning light and coldest shadow.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Make sure I name all. I give all my full attacks fancy names. There's Fury of the Dragon, a Song of Ice and Fire, and now Burning Light and Coldest Shadow. Hell yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
As you're slaying someone, his final choked out words, "You fucking dork."
No kidding.
But yeah,
That's
I hope
Akio. She's killing Akio, and he's just, you fucking dork. Anyways.
I hope you enjoyed today's session and
Yes.
Yes.
meeting your new best dragon pals who definitely
Yes.
don't want to eat you.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I
Um,
love
I love our expanding cast of wacky characters in Tsurugu.
Prada, Bolo, and Zaz. I love.
We got the elves, you got the other elves, we got goblins, we got rats, now we got dragons.
Yep, you got a real coalition going on.
Hell yeah.
Tsurugu, land of lots of different things, actually.
Lots of everybody.
Um,
And a
oh,
bunch of Italians.
yes. One more thing is that I was thinking of getting another fancy commission done by Javier, since I
hell yeah.
do still have some wall space. I was wondering if the group had any suggestions as to any character, NPC, or PCs that you might like to see rendered
I
by
figured
his
that was what the Silva description was for.
hand. Yes, no, that is, but that's just going to be a sketch.
Okay.
Like the other god.
Yes.
The
yes,
other
yes.
god.
Hail Thor.
What other
Balthor is going to get sketched eventually himself, so
Zars.
all of the deities
Yeah,
are.
I know.
I'm planning on.
Blue eyes again.
Yes.
I
Blue eyes, but sexy.
Blue eyes with no
the
clothes
original
on.
one isn't blue eyes but sexy.
More.
I mean, on the one hand, On the other hand, I'm going to be hanging this up in my apartment,
Yes,
so
an NPC we have yet to meet
Yeah.
in the next campaign.
Hang it in your apartment, but rig up a little like velvet curtain that goes over it.
Yes.
Pull aside. This is like a thing I considered for myself because I have like a wrist piece of art. I'm like, this could look like a frame, but also no one can ever see it.
I want to see it.
It's beautiful, but
I want
it's
to see it. Okay.
artistic nudity. You can't be offended.